We are here at the Wham Bam booth with my buddy Peter. We're going to be taking a look at some of the new products you guys have, and we're going to be talking about the cloud.
Sure.
Because the cloud is really cool. We're going to be testing it soon on the channel. So if you do want to see that, get subscribed. From one Florida man to another, we're going to put it through its paces.
I can't wait.
Yeah. But you guys, and this is the cloud, by the way. It's a little puck that will save you from, theoretically, having a claim on your homeowner's insurance or renter's insurance. It's fire suppression for your 3D printer.
Yep.
And this is basically a ABC fire extinguisher.
You're right.
When fire hits it, set off and take care of what's ever around it, right?
That's right. You made my job easy. It actually won't activate with heat or smoke, only with a direct flame.
Direct flame.
2 seconds or more, and that's when it's going to let off the ABC fire protector. And it puts out 5 classes of fires, from electrical to wood and flame and everything else.
And how much are these?
$29.
Okay, so, all right, sub 30 bucks. All right, call it 30 bucks with tax and all that by the time you're done, right? Sub 30 bucks. Think about what your deductible is, okay? That's all I gotta say. We're gonna be testing these in a relatively real world scenario and one very not real world scenario just to see how crazy these things can go. We would recommend that especially if you're gonna leave your printers unattended, like we know that you do. We all know you do it. We tell you not to do it, but you're still gonna do it. This makes sure if you do that and something does go catastrophically wrong, you should be okay, right? That's the deal here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And by the way, for those that don't know, it has a heavy-duty Velcro back, and it comes with a loop patch with heavy-duty 3M glue. You can put this anywhere. And you'll notice we have 3D printable mounts for 3D printers. Our hot boxes all come with the Velcro loop, pre-thought out to be able to mount these. So they're easy. We have one above our microwave in the office as well, not just above every printer. It's like, where can you put it? You know?
See, the danger for me is in the kitchen, right? The microwave one above the stove, because you can get a little rowdy in the kitchen.
It sure
You can get a little rowdy in the kitchen.
Anywhere. We just had a guy doing car stuff. He wants to put it under the hood. So, you know, you can put it anywhere that you might have any doubts.
I'm not going to set my car on fire to test this. I'm sorry. These are awesome, but that's not the new product.
Yeah.
What's the new product? What we got going on?
So we had a few requests, and we decided to make a nozzle maintenance kit.
Okay.
This box has everything you need to do basic nozzle maintenance. I'm going to show you in a second, and it's only $17. We have a very deluxe kit planned and coming out at a little heftier price, but we wanted to make sure that everybody could get their hands on this. It's a no-brainer. Comes with 2 of these nozzle cleaning
ram rods. Very nice.
We have one at 1.75, which is your filament diameter, with a pointy tip that'll go right down and clean out up to the nozzle.
Very nice.
We have another one. This is 3.8. People say it should be 2.85. No, it's not for filament. 3.8 is your Bowden tube diameter, and it'll go down into the heat throat and get that one spot that gets the glob, and we have a little notch at the bottom to attract that glob.
Nice.
And
so it grabs onto it, kind of like a fish hook.
We also have our pneumatic depressor. This thing right here, even if you've got a pneumatic
like on a bamboo where they're really tough to access.
Like access, this will go down into there, and you can pull out your tube easy. We have 3 nozzle wrenches, a 10, a 7, and a 6 for almost...
Wait, you know where your 10 millimeter is?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. So, and you can get the high torque or the high speed.
Yeah. It's a joke because everyone loses the 10 mil sockets.
I know. And of course, we got some nozzle needles in there. And it comes with a mini slab. I'll just show you one of these because I didn't bring the whole kit here. And it comes with 2 meters of cleaning filament. So I think it's everything. We've got some videos up showing us using them. I'd love you to do one. We have videos up of how to do standard maintenance and more complex maintenance on the machine and off the machine.
Yeah.
And it's everything you need for 17 bucks. I mean, a no-brainer.
Those of you that have ever tried to clear a clog in situ, you know how much of a pain in the keister it can be. The ram rods are nice. How many of you have a piece of metal at home that's roughly the right size? Maybe you've used an Allen key, and so you're just like pressing on it. It hurts your palm of your hand. You're kind of cussing at yourself a little bit. It's less than 20 bucks. It's not worth the effort to try to do it any other way. You just go for it. Printers used to come with these. I don't know why they ever stopped.
Yeah.
I know why they did. It's money. But these are so useful. I still have ones from old printers.
Great.
And it's a metal handle because it was all just a folded piece of metal. But they're not a pointed tip. We did that ourselves on an angle grinder.
I was going to say to you, I would go to McMaster Car and get calibrated steel to the size that I need, and then bend it and tip it, and just thought I got to offer this to other people.
But like for less than $20, I'm not going to do that anymore.
Yeah, you get 2 of those plus
Yeah.
all the other tools.
Yeah, that is nice. That is nice. That's really cool. Guys, check out Wham Bam down below. We'll have a coupon code in the description as well to save you a little bit off of your purchase so that, you know, if you're looking to get something, save a little bit of coin while you're doing it. We got a lot more to check out here at the Rocky Mountain Rep Fest 2024. Big thank you to Rocky Mountain Rep Fest for bringing us out here as well. On to the next one. Filament painting is just one of those things that you have to try it for yourself before you realize that this is actually 3D printed and it's not done by hand. We've got Steve here, the creator of Hue Forge. Talk to us about Hue Forge and why filament painting is honestly just magic.
It's magic because we can't do it in our heads.
No,
It's
I
really
do not
hard to do in our
understand
heads.
how it works in my head.
Yeah, so filament painting is just the process of taking really thin layers of filament and blending the color rather than trying to make sure you mask all the lower colors beneath it. So much of our layered 3D printing is about masking the colors beneath so you get solid colors, and Hue Forge is the opposite. We want thin layers so that we can blend and get more colors out of just a few swaps. About being efficient, but also making really cool stuff.
And you guys are really pioneering this idea of multicolor mixing to create real world, like it looks hold on. Like this looks real. It look
I wouldn't. It's corn-based.
I mean, I guess, but don't do that. Like this stuff it's mind-blowing, right? I'm still trying to learn Hue Forge, and it's one of those programs that, as Ajax told me, I know you've told me as well, you kind of don't get it until you get it. And as soon as it clicks, you got it.
Yeah.
And you're moving in the right direction. So we were talking last night, and you said that you want to do a Hue Forge idiot stream where you teach an idiot how to use Hue Forge.
Either that or you tell me why Hue Forge is bad.
I mean,
But yes, that'll be great. Let's do a stream. I'll walk you through it and get you clicking.
all right. That would be awesome. So if you do want to see that, get subscribed, because that's coming up. And we're also going to have Steve on the podcast so we can talk about where Hue Forge came from, the idea of it, and kind of how it's all gone from a kind of side project that you were thinking about to literally your full-time job.
It is my full-time job. Last time we talked, it was not, but now
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of cool.
Yeah,
That's
it's
kind
pretty
of cool. And you guys have a new thing here. You've got your own filament.
Yep, we have our own
Filament.
filament with the TD on the box, because if there wasn't and I put out the filament, it's right here.
TD3
Yep,
Yep.
with TD on the box, and
with the hex code. Hex value too.
They were all run through a TD1 when they were being produced.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So we know what they were. We know what their TDs, and they're just filling in gaps. They're maybe not the most exciting colors when you look at them. They
Yeah.
don't sparkle. They aren't a cool shade. But you can't get a brown that doesn't stop your color completely. You can't get a dark gray that blends.
Right.
So that's what we wanted to produce. Just a small set that's really useful for Hue Forge use.
We love that kind of stuff. And I had loved seeing how you said, all right, we've got a problem. Let's solve this problem together with the community to build it better. That's awesome. And if you guys are wondering what the TD1 is and all about transmission distance and all that, we actually interviewed Ajax in a recent podcast episode. We'll card to it so you guys can take a look. Because, he can explain it way better than I can. Maybe not as well as you can, but it's already there. So send them to that
It was
one.
a good video, too. Very clear.
It was a fun podcast. I'm used to lithophanies, right?
Yep.
Where it's just like it's white filament, which I don't like white filament. And you're using literally transmission distance basically to create a monochrome effect. And you said, well, why don't we just add color to it and just crank up the detail to 11?
Basically. That's how I defined it. I just put a dial on my computer, went to 11, and then it was good.
Oh, see, normally dials go to 10, but this one goes to 11, and 11's better.
11's better.
That's right. What else is happening here at Hue Forge? I know you guys got that Polymaker coupon came back too.
Yeah, Polymaker coupon's back. If you buy Hue Forge in the US or Canada, you'll automatically get sent a coupon for $18 off. It's personal use only. You'll get $18 off your filament and free shipping from Polymaker. So either the filament's free or Hue Forge is free, your choice.
Gotta love that. And you handed me this.
I did hand you that. You can Hue Forge TPU. And that's 95A because they're real thin, so you don't need to be super, super floppy to make it work.
That's so cool though. That's you hand it to me. I'm like, oh, it's just really thin and it's flexible. No, it's literally TPU.
So we've been looking at it
That's
for
gotta be
patches
tough,
and things
man.
like that. Yeah, well, I don't print TPU very much or very well.
Yeah,
So there's some stringing on that and some issues, but I just think it's really cool.
I live in Florida, so TPU just always has to stay in a
that's
dryer.
That's not a good thing, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not.
And then the other thing we've got is that color has always been hard to get real accurate color to
Yeah.
really recreate an image. And so I've been working on, it's not out yet, and it will be in a commercial beta when it comes out,
Soon TM.
soon TM, is color match.
Okay.
So generally speaking with Hue Forge, it makes the mesh for you, and then you move your colors around within that mesh. This time you make your color palette by putting your filaments on the sliders, and then it tries to match the image color to the height of the matching color on the...
Oh my gosh, I would love that. That would take all the guesswork out of this.
But there are caveats.
Oh.
If you have too many duplicate colors on your thing, it will have trouble deciding which one to be.
Okay.
So, and also human color perception is not great.
Right.
So we will look at a yellow and think it's a green.
Yep.
And you put a green filament on there and it won't match.
So Steve, where can people find about Hue Forge?
It's shop at the Hue Forge, shop.thehueforge.com.
Nice.
It's my store. I am working on a website, but it's not ready yet. So
We'll link to it down in the description. So if you're looking to get into filament painting, Hue Forge, and all that kind of stuff, make sure to check those links because, yeah, it's really cool. I still have no idea what I'm doing, but this guy has just volunteered to hold my hand, and I'm not entirely certain he understands how much of an end user I actually am. But this will be a fun one because it lets him see, where they could fix any UI and UX stuff.
yeah, exactly.
It's going to be a fun one. So if you do want to see that, stay tuned, obviously. But we have a lot more to cover here at the Rocky Mountain Rep Rap Fest. Steve, thank you so much for showing us about Hue Forge.
Thank you for
It's
coming
been
by.
Awesome. Continued coverage coming at you right after this. Audiophile 3D printing. That is what Deposition Sound is all about. We are here with Yvonne and Waldo with the Deposition Sound team. They're going to talk all about what it takes to 3D print speakers. And I thought you were going to make me a necklace.
Oh, it's more like a bracelet. I think.
Well, I mean, you said you were going to make one big enough to fit my ego. I figured it was going to be much bigger than this.
I think we need a bigger building.
Guys, tell us what you have here on the table and why this stuff is way cooler.
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you for the opportunity to just speak about what it is we're doing here. We love good sound. We're makers and we like 3D printing. And we figured let's put all of that together in 3 different packages. It took us roughly a year, I'd say about a year, to design everything, test the heck out of it, listen to it, and come up with a unit that could easily be built. So we started with the FDM5s over there.
Okay.
That was our first horse out the gate
Nice.
model. Very, straightforward, not too eloquent or out there bombastic, but plain Jane, having fun listening to music.
Great
That's-
spouse approval factor. It's
Yeah,
got all
sure,
that.
Sure, yeah. And you can customize anything here in terms of color, material usage. If you use PLA, we don't recommend you take it outside.
Right.
But
Yeah.
we prefer to use PETG for everything.
I'd be curious, have you ever tested out different materials with different densities for how they affect the sound quality?
Not yet.
No?
We've played with PLA, actually. I will say we've compared PLA to PETG.
Yeah.
And PLA likes to ring a little bit more. Has a bit more stiffness, but not
Right.
quite the density that PETG has. PETG seems to have some internal damping, so
It's a little stickier.
it's stickier. It
Yeah.
thuds more than it tings. Let's
Right.
just say that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So
I'm excited because I want to play around with different materials.
excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. Go for it. We encourage it. Following the FDM5s, we had the FDM Geos.
Okay.
The FDM Geos are I want to say it's the more critical set of speakers that we have. I should say critical listening pair of speakers that we have. It's maybe a little bit more forward sounding. Excellent for mixing and mastering.
With, real big, thick front baffles as
Big,
well.
thick front baffles. Our wall thicknesses aren't crazy thick, but the thing that we have is internal bracing, and it's all integral.
And it looks like it's all support free.
Everything's support free.
So you're telling me that I can print an entire set of speakers,
Yep.
support free. They're just going to basically click together.
That's it.
A little bit of glue.
little bit of glue on the inside rail.
Uh-huh.
We have a little thing called the glue fence
Okay.
that prevents the glue from oozing out and exposing itself on the scene.
This is so cool.
Yeah,
Honestly.
yeah.
You threaded inserts?
Yeah, and so
Oh, I get to do threaded inserts or no?
yes, you do.
Yeah, I love threaded inserts.
Threaded inserts, but you don't have to solder anything.
Yeah.
There's nothing in our kit that you have to solder. All of our crossovers are made by MTG Designs up in Illinois.
Wow, I was not expecting it to be this heavy.
Yeah,
I want to
I mean,
be.
we
This is my
use-
first time picking up one of their crossovers. There's a lot of copper in here.
Yes, and we use quality components.
Mhm.
We're not going to use dinky little resistors and caps. Most of our stuff we source from Parts Express
Yep.
or JFX.
I can see the Dayton Audio
There you
grade
go, there you
resistors in there.
So we're big fans of Dayton Audio and Hi-Vi components,
Mhm.
and try to incorporate those quality components into a crossover that you can just plug and play. At most, there's some crimping and some heat shrinking that you need to do,
No problem.
but
No
it's
problem.
screw and go. Like you screw things into the terminals and rock and roll. So yeah, following the Geos, which again I'll say again, it's more of a forward-sounding speaker.
Right.
It's pretty linear across the frequency spectrum.
Mhm.
For that reason, I would recommend it for folks that like to listen with intent or listen to experience something.
Okay.
Shortly after that one, we have in development came the FDM4s. The FDM4s, that's when we started to go a little bit more off script and took
Yeah?
more risks with.
You think?
Yeah, we took more risks with the enclosure design. We wanted to get a really small driver in there with as much bass extension as we could achieve with 3D printing, and the way we did that was a really long port.
Yeah.
And the only way to weave that port into the cabinet is via a serpentine path that kind
Yep.
of follows the walls of the cabinet.
I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up all that
Probably
well.
not, yeah.
But where it's matte, that's infill. And you can see that there's two distinct paths
Right.
of where the air goes. So
Right.
this is basically adding volume and adding length to the port, which
Right.
gives you better bass response.
Exactly.
There's a lot of math involved here, like way more math than you expect, but it is still pretty awesome. How long is this port?
That's 35 inches.
This is 35 inches. So, gentlemen, yes, this is 35 inches. It's just folded up.
Yeah.
But that means that even these little tiny things
We'll bring the bass.
can got some great
Yeah.
bottom end.
Yeah,
to
they
them.
have great bottom end,
Printed on an Ender 3.
and you can print it on an ender. Like it's relatively small volume.
On an ender.
Yeah.
On an ender.
Yes, of course. Now, mind you, we like to print on tempered glass with glue stick just to achieve that nice
That's
flat,
smooth. Yeah.
smooth bottom surface. But with this smaller model,
Mm-hmm.
I think we reach more people. We will hopefully get more of the masses interested in good audio and 3D printing. So
I like the textured plates. We got one of those Ember prototypes plates
Okay.
that has our logo all across it. So likely that's going to be
Okay.
what we use because
embellish.
branding.
Branding. We're all about that. It's yours. Go for it. As long as you keep the internal volume the same and don't mess with the geometry that mates with the woofers and the tweeters, you're going to get the same sound.
Yeah, my guess is that little bit of change that we're going to get from that, the fact that every 3D printer is slightly different on its actual extrusion
Yeah.
multiplier is going to have more of an effect, acoustically than anything
Potentially,
else.
yeah. And we've yet to see that because we haven't had a large population printing these things yet.
Well,
So
we've got a
we're
lot
getting
of
there.
printers and a lot
Okay.
of materials. So let us know in the comments below, what materials would you guys like to see us make a set of Deposition Sound speakers out of? Because I think carbon fiber PETG might be an interesting one.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
It's got the stickiness, but now it's also stiff.
Yeah.
Does that, I know it will affect it, but how will it affect it?
Sure.
For those that don't know, one, you should be watching the live streams way more often. But two, I absolutely love audio. In fact, we're turning a spare bedroom in my house into my dream listening setup. And we're gonna take you guys along the process for all of this. And, to make sure that you all actually do like this kind of thing, we're gonna be building a pair of Deposition Sound speakers on the channel. So let us know what colors, what materials you wanna see down below. And of course, like and subscribe to follow along with this project, because we're not just gonna stop at one. They don't know that yet. We're not going to stop at just one. I want to do a bunch of different cabinets and actually compare materials. While I don't have the best microphones on the planet yet, we can still do one-for-one testing over and over and over and try it. If you want to request a song to be played on all of this, join our Patreon, PayPal, or YouTube channel members, and that's where you're going to get the option to do that, because they're going to get demonetized. We can only play royalty-free music on YouTube. So if you want to hear non-royalty free, kick us a couple of bucks, and it'll be in a separate video that'll be unlisted just for you guys. But there's more to Deposition Sound than just the speakers, right?
A whole lot more, and I'll pass it to my brother Walden
Yeah.
to talk about it. Yeah.
Well, hey, thanks, y'all. One, I just want to encourage everyone to check out depositionsound.com.
Y'all's website is okay. Their website is so cool. The way you guys have that 3D stuff on there, I looked at it. I had to go to the inspect element to figure out what they were using to do it, and I'm like, I need this in my life. It is so good. I'm like, this is a really nice website for a company I've never heard of before. That I don't think has any venture capital backing. They've got a really nice website. What it actually is you're a web guy.
Yes, I'm a web developer. I worked at Webflow for about 6 years, and the site's built in Webflow. The 3D is a spline elements.
Yep.
But we have a full breakdown for the assembly guide. All the files are available for download for the FDM5 and the FDM Geo.
Coming soon.
And coming soon, the FDM4 will be up there. We're just finishing up
This one,
the
it's just-
crossover.
Can I pick it up?
Yeah.
Go for it, please.
I love this one. It's so adorable. And honestly, the yellow, I kind of dig the yellow.
Oh, we love it.
What a nice piece of kit.
But yeah, we love audio, and we want to democratize good sound. And that's a big reason why we started this. We have print-it-yourself kits available online, and that way you can make it your own. You know,
Now, what about the drivers? You guys sell the drivers and crossovers for people to buy?
everything but the plastic is included in the print-it-yourself kits, and it's about 3 kilograms for the FDM5s and Geos, and about 2.5 kilograms for the FDM4s.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Have you experimented with different like infill patterns and all that to see how it affects things, or are you just going dead solid?
Primarily 10% gyroid infill for the bodies.
Pretty light.
Yeah.
But it still works.
And as we know, for gyroid, it is also the tastiest infill because, of course, we're going to be talking to Cocoa Press coming up, so stay
Yes.
tuned for that one as well. I want to play around because everything must have some effect. But is it positive? Is it negative? And how can we learn from it? Because learning is fun.
Exactly.
Is it audible? That's another thing.
Yeah.
Is it audible?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or is it just straight up placebo effect? Because that's a problem too. But guys, if you do love audio, let us know in the comments if you got a setup, you got a listening setup. I'd love to know what you're running so that we can try to compare it. Because I've got a lot of speakers and I've got buddies that have a lot as well. We could certainly do a little, mini meetup or something where we get together and just do some listening for fun.
I like that.
That'd be a lot of fun. Because you guys, you're on the other side of the state.
I'm in Florida.
Yeah.
I'm in Missouri.
You're not. If you love audio like we do, make sure to leave a like on this one because there's going to be so much more coming out. And, we're hoping to build a long-term relationship with Deposition Sound to show you guys what you can do with your 3D printers beyond just making fun things. You can make practical items to replace some things inside of your homes, apartments, or whatever it might be. Huge thank you to all of those that have helped make this kind of trip possible. The names listed right next to me at the $5 tier and higher, as well as the Rocky Mountain RMRRF Fest for getting us out here. Thank you all for making this kind of thing possible, because otherwise, we'd probably have to drive across state to talk to cool guys like this, and neither of us really want to battle I-4 traffic. And if you're from Florida, you know what I'm saying. That is all we have for you all today. Take a look at the Rocky Mountain RMRRF Fest 2024 below me, and next to that, the one from 2023. Stay safe out there. Don't forget to call your loved ones. And as always, keep making awesome. Have a good one. But I do want to give a huge thank you to all of our channel member supporters whose names are listed right next to me at the $5 tier and higher. Thank you for what you all do in making these videos possible. Big thank you to Rocky Mountain RMRRF for bringing us out here as well. That is all we have for you all today. Stay safe out there. Don't forget to call your loved ones. And as always, keep making awesome. A guy in a Bucky suit walked by. Mandalorian walked by as I'm doing my outro.
That's
The
great.
outro will be on the 360
That is
camera.
great.
Yeah, you're good. That is amazing.